Look, let's start with the Crown situation. This is an absolute mess, isn't it?
Look, it's a great shame, and it's come as a big shock to a lot of people. I was there just recently, and the place is pretty vibrant. There's restaurants all over the place. There are people milling around, and I'm a little bit concerned that if it goes without a licence, these businesses may very well suffer, as will the hotel. It's a great shock, in fact, and it's a beautiful structure when you have a good look at it. And they've spent a lot of money getting it in place, but it's just a great shame that it might not be without a licence. But then again, if you're going to have a gaming licence, you've got to comply with the regulations.
Absolutely. Premier Gladys Berejiklian commented on the Bergen report this week, I should say. Sam, what are your thoughts on the actual report that's come out?
Look, I think the report is pretty well, it's a good report. It sets out the problems that they see. I mean, there were problems with, junket operators that were unlicensed, problems with associations with criminal elements, that all of which are no good and taints the whole reputation of the casino. And as a result of that, she found that it wasn't a suitable person to hold a licence, and further, that its association with Mr Packer's company was also something that was not suitable as a close association. But steps have already been taken by Crown. You'll note that Packer's 2 nominations to the board have resigned. A couple of other directors have resigned. The person that remains is Helen Coonan, and she, in fact, will be the person that will be in charge of reinventing and restructuring the board to prove to the people concerned that they can comply with the regulation. So I think what someone said, they have to blow themselves up to reinvent themselves, and I think that's what's got to happen. But it will happen. I don't think they won't get a licence. I just think they'll need to restructure in order to get it, and as quickly as possible.
But time's money, isn't it, Sam? And time's money, particularly from an infrastructure perspective and the government's point of view. Like, New South Wales government is going to lose daily lots and lots of cash because of what's going on.
Millions and millions of dollars because the casino's not operating and it won't be paying taxes. Now, that's something that the government is concerned about. However, more concerning is the fact that they want an organisation that will operate within the regulations, above the law, and not be subject to finger-pointing that they're dealing with money laundering, which was the biggest concern that Madam Bergen found in her report.
And the AFR is also saying that it could have James Packer off the AFR top 20 richly. So something certainly to look out for. Let's have a look at what happened this week. The big announcement of Eddie Maguire after 22 years in the club of Collingwood. He stepped down as president. We've got a bit of a grab from his final speech. Let's take a listen before we get your thoughts on this, Sam.
I try my best, and I don't always get it right, but I don't stop trying. But today, effective immediately, I step down from the presidency of the Collingwood Football Club.
So, yeah, Sam, what do you make of that speech? He spoke about, doing his best, not always getting it right, and won't stop trying.
Look, I think it shows you the measure of the man. He's someone who has done a lot for that club and a lot for football in Victoria. He's a man that has a lot of passion, but unfortunately, on this occasion, as has happened in the past, he uses words that get him into a lot of trouble. And that's what he meant when he said, I do make mistakes, I have made mistakes. But basically what he also said is, I learn from them and I keep trying to get better. But the vitriol that he faced as a result of this racism remarks about his club and how he approached that report by simply saying that it was a proud day for Collingwood was a bit too much. And they've all virtually jumped all over him and said that if he remains as the president of Collingwood, it cannot reinvent itself in a proactive way to introduce measures to get rid of this racism. And therefore, he's virtually accepted that and said, OK, I'm out. Good luck to the new person.